I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and it's part 2 of the Optimus G Pro versus Galaxy Note 2 dogfight battle. 2 Korean companies, 2 tablet devices, 1 winner. Let's put them together and see which one comes out on top. Part 2 of a dogfight battle. Let's do this between 2 tablet phones, both of which very soon are going to be available on AT&T, but then if you're on Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, US Cellular, you have to go with the Note 2. But they're 2 titans in the smartphone space, literally and figuratively, LG and Samsung, and they're both big devices. This is the LG Optimus G Pro. It's the international version, so this is not the AT&T version that we have here at the desk at the moment. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. This is the AT&T version. This is coming to AT&T on May 10th for $199, but it's a carrier exclusive. So if you're on Verizon or Sprint or T-Mobile, etc., the Note 2 is going to be the only tablet phone or phablet type option for you right now. Hope to see LG get on more carriers in the future using their existing partnerships. So a great dogfight battle. Before I get too far into that, I want to pull back for just a second and thank a couple of different groups. One is GSM Nation. Our friends at GSM Nation hooked us up with a review unit of the Optimus G Pro, so we're going to give them some love because we've got this phone in the office thanks to them. If you're looking for an unlocked device, take a look at GSM Nation. They actually have really nice pricing, and they've got the Optimus G Pro and the Galaxy S4 and the HTC One and a lot of the hot devices that are on the market right now. So if you want an unlocked device, maybe you don't want that carrier branded one, take a look, gsmnation.com. Also want to thank our partners at Best Buy Mobile because they give us devices that quite literally we get from the store, we give to you for free on on PhoneDog.com. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you're unbiased, and they're unbiased. You're unbiased too. You walk into Best Buy Mobile, they'll hook you up with whatever's best for you. T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, they'll analyze your plan needs, your phone needs, and they'll find the best solution for you at Best Buy Mobile. So let's jump in. Part 2, and we were talking about personalization when we finished Part 1, and I want to jump into Part 2 and talk about some of the productivity applications, because if you're getting this device, there are 2 good use cases for this device. 1, productivity, and 2, content creation and content consumption. So obviously if you're buying this device, you probably like to browse the web, you probably like to watch YouTube videos, you probably want to take advantage of that big screen. You're probably using these for content creation, so it's great to have the big display. Just to recap, 5.5-inch 1080p HD display over here, 5.5-inch Super AMOLED HD display over here that's 720p. So a little bit of a less resolution in comparison to this, but again, responsive when it comes to browsing, but these both have some really cool features, which we'll talk about right now. I'm going to load up PhoneDog.com over here, so we've got an equal playing field between these 2 devices. PhoneDog.com, and then we'll see what happens. Pinch to zoom, responsive on both of these devices. Quad-core 1.6 GHz Exynos CPU, quad-core 1.7 GHz Snapdragon 600 CPU over here. So you've got 2 different options over here. You've got multi-window on the Galaxy Note 2, which by pressing and holding the back button, you can access that, and you can open up 2 things at once. So maybe you want internet and you want Gmail. Well, you can load up both right here, and then you can flip them around pretty easily just by clicking that button. And then if you want Gmail to take up the whole screen and you want to get rid of everything else, you can do it quickly and easily. Over here, it's a little bit different, the functionality and the overall use. All I have to do is click this button right here, and it supports select applications. It's called Q-Slide, like videos, TV, internet, memo, voice, calendar, calculator. And what I do is click that, and it brings it out like a separate window. And so from there, I can browse around the back of the device, continue to move through stuff, and I can resize this as I see fit. So there's a great use case for both of these. You can either use it like this, pinch to zoom, still within the window. Pretty cool here because you still got some room on the back to play around with the screen, whereas over here it takes up the full screen. I can't see my desktop over here. The benefit is, I like the fact that this takes up the full screen out of the box. You can see when you go into landscape mode, that's what it looks like. Over here, go back to the browser, go back out, contacts, you'll see the landscape. It does kind of the same thing over here, but I've got some background stuff running back here as well, which is kind of nice. I think that's a pretty cool little feature as well. I can customize this and make it my own. So for those people that like to customize, for those people that prefer to have their devices set up by themselves, you can really make this your own. If you want it to take up that much space or that much space, you've got the control as to how you want to do it. So it's not just up and down like on the Galaxy Note 2 where you're controlling that level of screen space. You can control it within the box as well. And you can do this with videos also. I'll go into videos by moving this around. Let me find my videos. There they are. And I'll go in to this Norway one, for example. And I can make this transparent if I want to, just by clicking right here. So you see PhoneDog still running in the background, but it's more transparent so I can watch the video. Also, what I can do is pull this out. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. This one is the one that I wanted. And then I can bring it out as well. So I've got 2 things running in the background. My video right there, which I can also customize the size. And then over here, I've got Phone Dog running still in the background, just very transparent. Boom, there it is. And so I can watch the video and still browse phonedog.com. So both have multitasking. It's just a little bit of a different implementation across the board. Some of the video goodies still appear over here. We'll go to Video Player and see if we've got a sample. Do not have a sample at the moment, but what you can do, and I'll show you, we'll shoot a video. Take a look at the camera, and we'll move it around. I just want to get a video rolling here. Test, test, test. 1, 2, Galaxy Note 2 Optimus G Pro. And we'll stop that. And so you got a couple of different options with the S Pen that have been carried over to the Galaxy S4 that I like a lot. Did not mean to click on YouTube. Let's go back here to Video Player. And then I can press and hold without actually touching. You can see I can activate the video just by hovering over. Then I can click on it and play it if I want to. And then within that, I can do this. Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button. There it is. And I can make, whoops. This video is still rolling. I've got, try this again. There we go. And so I can move it around the screen, but I can't customize the size of it, but I can move it around the screen. So got some cool customization on both of these. I keep trying to hit the S Pen over here. S Pen is cool for a couple different reasons. I like it for contract signing, so for people that sign contracts, it's great. For people that want to do content creation on the fly just by pressing and holding the button and, you know, cutting and pasting, for example, for lack of a better phrase, and bringing it down into a message, for example, and sending it off to a friend, that's a cool feature. I like these abilities out of the box. And I can, of course, use it to type if I want to. So the S Pen definitely has some function to it, and of course you can take screenshots in real time as well with this just by hitting, you know, gallery, for example. If I'm in screenshots here, I think this is cool. All I have to do is press and hold, and then boom, I've got my S Pen functionality right here, very similar to what we saw in part 1 on the LG Optimus G Pro. Now over here, let's go to the full internet page. I can press this button, and I can write the memo from here. So I can say Phone Dog is great. I'm going to use GR8. So a lot of content creation, a lot of content opportunities on both of these devices. Really, it's going to boil down to how you like it implemented. I happen to prefer the S Pen. It's great for signing contracts. It's great to me to be able to have the button over here where I can do one of two things, or one of actually plenty of things. I can say I need, you know, milk at the grocery store. I can double tap, put in milk as an S Note, and do it on the fly. And I can get rid of S Note that easily. I can press and hold to do screenshots. I can copy and paste stuff if I want to. If I want to copy and paste these icons and send that as a picture message to somebody, I can do that. That's a cool feature. I like the S Pen a lot. I think it's a little bit less baked out, or it's a little bit half-baked over here, even with the Optimus G Pro. They made some great improvements, but still wish it had the S Pen, or at least some type of S Pen functionality. What it does have, on the Korean version at least, let me see if I can pull it out for you so you can see it, is an antenna, which I'm having trouble. There it is, very flimsy antenna. So would love to see an S Pen or something like that, but unfortunately we're not going to see it on the Optimus G Pro. Let's run quadrant standard on both of these devices, and I will run AT&T over here on this side of speed test just so you can see what LTE looks like in the Dallas Metroplex. We'll run a full benchmark on both of these devices and talk about call quality and battery life. Quadrant standard, run. Run, quadrant standard, run. So it's running right now, and you can see CPU running pretty quickly across the board. Snapdragon 600 processor performs exceptionally well. I always have loved Exynos processors, though, again, in comparison to the Snapdragon 600, it does have a little bit of a head start on the Exynos CPU, in my opinion. Call quality's been good on both of these devices. This thing charges insanely fast, which I like a lot. Battery life, I'd give it kind of a wash. Maybe either a wash to slightly in the Note 2's favor for a couple of reasons. One, this has a 5.5-inch display, as does this, but this is 1080p, so it sucks the juice and sucks it fast. I'd say even with the extra 40 milliamp hours, I'm getting, it's tough to really give this because my moderate use isn't your moderate use, but I'm getting pretty decent battery life out of both of these, but I would take a look at that. It is a 1080p HD display, and we'll go ahead and send these results. 12,080 over here, 6,617 on the Note 2. Very impressive on both of these devices. Don't use that as a judge of day-to-day performance because they're both pretty fast devices, and they both have 2 gigs of RAM, so pretty quick, as you can see, on both units all around. In day-to-day stuff, you're going to have no problem with either one. A winner has to be declared. The Dogfight winner, and this is a really tough one because it depends on whether you like hardware or software more. I'm going to give it to the Note 2 for a couple different reasons. Hear me out here. One, like the Note 2 software. I think the S Pen is more fully functional. And the stuff over here, love this display. I mean, this display is absolutely gorgeous, but the winner of the Dogfight, by everything combined, is the Note 2. Carrier availability on multiple carriers here. S Pen is great. I feel like the software is a little bit more fleshed out on the Note 2 than it is on the Optimus G Pro. What this has going for it, though, a fantastic screen, great specifications all around, and really impressive build quality as well, even if it doesn't have an S Pen. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. Hit me up on Twitter and let me know which one you think should win. I always love to hear your reasoning. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron. I'm on Facebook at Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. And on Google Plus at gplus.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.